Hey, it's Hoosier Daddy here checking in. Just made a big long video and then realized I was on camera mode, so I didn't even record it. But anyway, camped at Bald Mountain Shelter last night. Pretty sure a bear came into our camp between my tent and the shelter, so that kept me up. So I'm pretty tired, running on snacks and caffeine and electrolyte water. But I've already done over 5 miles, 5.4 I think. 11 miles to go into Erwin. I got basically a 1 mile climb up behind me, and then it's more or less 10 miles downhill, ups and downs, like roller coaster stuff, into Erwin. So if I stay on track, I should be there by 3. And Solo left camp at a little after 5 a.m. I think. I left at 7:20, so he's a couple hours ahead of me. But I tend to go faster on the downhill, so maybe I'll catch up, we'll see. But anyway, back to it. All right, want to do a quick update from the trail here. I'm about 3.3 miles from Uncle Johnny's Hostel in Erwin, on my way to Curly something shelter, 4 miles, and then meet up with Solo. We'll figure out what we're doing from there. Got a late start today. Stayed in the cabin at the hostel. Solo sprung for that one, so that was nice. I got to sleep on something other than the hard ground. Got into town last night, took the shuttle. Everyone else went to the grocery store, and we went to the Mexican restaurant. And it hit the spot. The last half of the day yesterday, I was dreaming of 32-ounce Dos Equis amber chips and salsa and a big chimichanga rice and beans, and I got exactly that. So really hit the spot. This morning the hostel doesn't open until 8:30, so there's not much to do until then. And then I took the shuttle at 9 to go to the grocery store, resupplied, ate some Bojangles, and came back to the hostel to wait for them to open again. We were there about ready to leave, and then they closed to go on a trash run, and so we were stuck waiting so I could mail my box home. But anyway, finally I mailed my box home. About 5 pounds of stuff got sent home, and so now my pack is much lighter. So feeling pretty good. Just getting a late start. Hopefully we'll see how far we go up and over Roan tomorrow. Hopefully we get good weather, and then maybe Greasy Creek, and we should be at Mountain Harbor in a couple days. So making good progress. I'm hoping a lighter pack will solve my foot problems. I made the mistake of going with ultras again, and there's no options until Damascus, and unfortunately that's another week ahead for me. So oh well, we'll make do. So just taking a quick snack break, and we'll get back on the trail. nearing the summit of Unaka Mountain. Giant, I think, spruce forest. Absolutely beautiful. Kind of got to pay attention in here to keep track of the trail. But yeah, this is the tough climb for the day. Doing about 17 miles to Greasy Creek Friendly. I've been hiking since about 7:30. I've gone about 6 maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, making good time. Enjoying this view. This is kind of the crux of the day. Hard climb, but also the biggest payoff. And then it's just kind of making some miles. Absolutely beautiful. All right, just took a lunch break here at Cherry Gap Shelter. It's about 1:30. I've hiked 10 miles, plus or minus today. I think plus, actually. The views up on Unaka Mountain were incredible. Like giant pine trees, and then it turned into Christmas tree forest. You're walking on a pine duff. It was so soft. Really nice, really nice. The sun's trying to come out, and it's kind of partly cloudy, but the fog burned off for sure. So got 7 more miles to go today. Feeling pretty good. The hard stuff's behind me, so now it's just making miles. So should be about 3.5 hours till I make it to Greasy Creek Friendly. Solo will be there waiting for me. I'm supposed to get a hold of him so he can meet me at the gap and guide me in, because I guess it's not really that close to the trail. But I just met Griffin and Lightfoot. They're both lightweight, fast hikers. So I saw a few other tents this morning, but otherwise the trail's been pretty quiet. Not a lot of people. Saw a couple older couples going southbound, coming up Unaka while I was coming down. So other than that, it's been just a peaceful hike today. So all right, time to get back to it. 7 miles to go, and then done for the day. Okay, I'm at Iron Mountain Gap. Got 2 trail miles to go to get to the Greasy Gap, where Greasy Creek Friendly is, which is where we're staying tonight. The skies are starting to look like rain, so I'm trying to do as fast a hiking as I can safely, so I don't have to get out my rain gear. But I'm looking at an 1.5 to 2 hours of hiking, plus I think a 7/10 side trail down to the hostel, for all in almost an 18-mile day. So it's a lot of miles, but feeling good. Mailing stuff home really helped with the weight. Here's a sign: Greasy Creek Gap 4.2. Okay, well, hooray. Yeah, it's probably going to be closer to 18-mile day. But anyway, I've hardly seen anyone today. It was really foggy. Heavy fog this morning. Passed a bunch of tents and people still sleeping. I met 2 guys at the last shelter, Griffin and Lightfoot. They both seems pretty serious about making good miles. It seems like a lot of people are doing slack packs and shuttling up ahead for parties at bars, and I don't know, I don't get it. Solo calls them the roaming frat parties, and they certainly exist. But there are good people out here too that are here for the trail and not the party. So anyway, you can tell I'm losing steam on these uphills. Anyway, I'll check in later, probably at the hostel.